Welcome back, doctors. My name is Dr. Khaled. I am one of the doctors in UK. So today I'm going to speak to you about how to form a very good structure that will actually work for you in any data gathering station or in any history-based station. So the first thing you should put in your mind is you should speak about a diagnosis. If you've got a diagnosis in the station, so you should say that out loud to the patient and then try to explain that in a very layman language as much as you can. So the first thing is diagnosis, and the second thing is leaflets. So you can offer leaflets to the patient by simply just think about it. If the patient presents to you with something and then you came up with a diagnosis, and then this diagnosis actually would be something different, would be something bizarre to the patient's thoughts, or could be something new to the patient's mind. So the thing is, you can always offer leaflets in order to read about that from a well-known source like the NHS conditions or whatsoever. So always try to combine leaflets with diagnosis. So if you know a diagnosis, speak it out loud and then try to explain that in a more layman language, and then try to provide the patient with leaflets to read about that from a well-known source or from a trusted source, rather than just googling what they have got and then they might get some wrong information over the internet. So this is the first part of the structure. So the second part should be either to think about whether this patient needs an admission, whether this patient needs to be discharged home, whether this patient needs a medication. So just to keep that in your mind while you're dealing with your patient. The next step should be, I call it triple S, and by triple S I mean senior, symptomatic or definitive treatment, and safety netting. So the senior is always very important because you are an FY2 doctor and you always have a senior. So if you do really stuck, or try always to do that with every single patient you see, you've got your own capability, your own integrity, but at the same time you should always come back to your senior if you're stuck or if you need any advice about your patient's situation. So the second S is symptomatic treatment. So if the patient has got symptoms, you should always think about treating the symptoms, and if the patient has got a problem that can be treated, so you should always try to offer a definitive treatment for this condition. And then we will come to safety netting. Safety netting is a very important topic. It's a very important thing which actually will protect you as a doctor and will protect the patient at the same time. So it protects the patient because they will know about what the red flags are, and then if they get any of the red flags, so they should seek medical advice immediately. And that protects you as a doctor, because medical legally it's very important that you tell the patient what are the symptoms or what are the signs that they should be aware of. And then you should consider a follow-up. So the patient's situation, if needed a follow-up, is very, very important to put that in your mind so that you can offer that to the patient, and then to review progress if the patient is getting better, getting worse, or if their condition or their situation is actually constant. Last but not least, doctors, so you should always consider about, yes, we should always think about lifestyle advice. If there's any problem with the lifestyle advice like smoking, alcohol, if the patient doesn't do much exercise, for example, or if there's anything that needs to be discussed with the patient, you can keep that till the end of the station, and then the patient will be aware about that. So it's very important actually also to explore about the trigger factors of the patient's situation, and then try to find some solutions or try to help with that, to offer support with that at the end of the station. So thanks very much, doctors, for following me and reviewing this video, and we'll see you in next videos. Thank you. Bye bye.